The story is set in the year 2169, about 150 years from now. In this world, there is only one currency: time. The story begins with a man named Will, who lives in a city called the ghetto. The people here are very poor. Most of them have only 24 hours of time on their clock. Every day they have to work to earn more time. If they don't, their time will run out and they will die. Will's mother is shown. It is her 50th birthday, but Will and his mother look the same age. In this world, people genetically stop aging after 25. They just give each other time or earn it. Will's mother says to him, "I want to see my grandchildren. Why don't you date a girl?" Will says, "Who has time for all these things?" Then he goes to work, because if he does not work, he cannot earn time. And if his time hits 0, he will die. As Will goes to work, his mother gives him 30 minutes. She says, "Have a good lunch." She also tells him she has work and will not come home tonight. She tells him to meet her at the bus stop tomorrow. Will agrees, saying, "Okay, I'll meet you at the bus stop when you return, and we will celebrate your birthday." Then Will goes to work. He works at a company named Dayton. During lunch, Will goes to buy food. He sees that prices have gone up. Coffee used to cost 3 minutes. Now it costs 4 minutes. Prices here are raised anytime without any notice. After work, Will goes to a bar. There, he sees a man who has a lot of time and he is drunk. Will also sees another man, a robber named Fortis, who steals people's time and kills them. Will goes to the drunk man. He says, "You should leave. Someone is going to steal your time." But the drunk man ignores him. Fortis arrives with his men. Everyone runs away when they see Fortis, but Will hides and watches. Fortis says to the drunk man, "The watch on your hand, your time, will look better on my hand. I am about to turn 75. I am an old man. For it, I will fight you." The drunk man, whose name is Henry Hamilton, says, "I need some time." He goes to the washroom and starts vomiting because he drank too much. Will goes in and helps him escape. They both hide in an old building. Henry has 116 years of time. He asks Will, "How old are you?" Will says, 28 years. Henry says, "I am 105 years old." Actually, Henry lives in a city called Greenwich where all the rich people live. They live for thousands of years. That is why he is 105 years old and still has 116 years left. But he has no desire to live. He tells Will, "Do you know why taxes and prices go up every day? So that people here die, and the people of Greenwich can become immortal." Henry is tired of this system because all the time he has was bought through someone else's death. He asks Will, "If you had all the time I have, what would you do?" Will says, "I would stop looking at my watch again and again," because Will has only 18 hours. Before sleeping, after eating, he always checks his watch. He watches how many hours he has left to live, how quickly he must earn time. At night, both of them sleep there. In the morning, Henry wakes up and sees Will sleeping. He transfers all his time to Will, keeping only a few minutes for himself. Then he goes and sits on a bridge. When Will wakes up and checks his watch, he sees he has received all of Henry's time. He understands that Henry is about to die. He looks around, sees Henry on the bridge, and runs towards him. But before he can reach him and transfer time back, Henry's time runs out. Henry dies. Now Will has 116 years. He is rich. He can even buy a house in Greenwich where all the wealthy people live. Will goes to pick up his mother as she had asked. On the other side, Will's mother pays all her bills and gets on the bus. When she puts her hand in the time machine to pay for the ticket, the driver says, 2 hours. Will's mother is shocked because yesterday the ticket was 1 hour. She only has 1.5 hours left. She says, "My son will meet me at the bus stop. I will give you the rest of the time there." The driver does not listen. He says, "It's policy." Will's mother looks at everyone on the bus, but nobody helps her. The driver says, "You should walk." Will's mother says, "My home is 2 hours away. She has only 1.5 hours. The driver says, "Then you should run." Now Will's mother starts running on foot towards home to meet Will and get time from him. She tries to ask for lifts and help, but nobody helps her. Meanwhile, Will is waiting at the bus stop with a bouquet of flowers to celebrate his mother's birthday. He sees she is not on the bus and knows something is wrong. He starts running in the direction she would come from. Soon he spots his mother running towards him. Will understands her time is about to run out. He stretches his hand out and runs to give her time. But just as his mother reaches him, her time runs out, and she dies. Will is heartbroken. After this, Will goes to Greenwich, the city of the rich, where people have thousands of years of life. He takes a room in a hotel. Costs him 2 months. For food, he pays a week. Everything is very expensive. In Will's city, people had only 24 hours. Here, they have many years. Will goes to a casino. Entry costs him 1 year because he is not a member. He plays poker. The man he plays with is named Philip, age 85. Philip gives time loans to people in Greenwich. His daughter, Sylvia, is also there. While Will and Philip are playing, Will bets all his years. He has only a few seconds left. But before his time runs out and he dies, Will wins the game. He wins 10 times more years than he had. Will took such a big risk because he knew his cards were very strong. Sylvia invites Will to a party at her house the next day. Will says, "I will definitely come." On the other side, the man who gave Will 116 years had fallen from a bridge and died. The keepers, the police of this time, arrive. They see Will on the CCTV camera. They know the dead man is from Greenwich and had over 100 years. Now they think Will killed him and stole his time. They start searching for Will. The next day, Will goes to Sylvia's party. They dance and become very close. Then timekeeper Raymond arrives. He takes Will to a room upstairs and questions him. Raymond asks, "What are you doing here?" Will says, "I came legally," meaning he paid for everything. Raymond checks his wrist and sees over 1,000 years. Will says, "I won them in a poker game." Raymond asks about all the time. Will says, "No. A man named Henry Hamilton gifted me 116 years. Raymond does not believe him. He takes all the time capsules from Will, leaving him with only 2 hours. But before the keepers can take Will back to the ghetto, Will holds Sylvia at gunpoint and escapes in a car. Raymond chases them, but Will tricks him and gets away. Will's time is running out. He tells Sylvia, "My time is running out. I need an hour." But Sylvia refuses to transfer time. She says, "You killed Henry Hamilton. Send me back home." Will says, "I can't. I'm alive because of you. If I let you go, they will kill me." Will drives ahead, but then the car crashes. Both of them faint. They are now in the ghetto where all the poor people live. Fortis and his men arrive. These are the same people Will saved Henry Hamilton from. They check Sylvia's hand and see 100 years. They transfer all her time to themselves and leave. When Sylvia and Will wake up, Sylvia sees she has only half an hour left. Will says to her, "Now what's the idea about sharing?" Because she had refused to give him time. Will gives her a few minutes from his own time. Both of them leave. Will takes Sylvia to his best friend's house. Will had once given his friend 10 years. When they arrive, his friend's wife tells them that he started drinking heavily and died. Now they both have only 3.5 minutes left. After 3.5 minutes, they will die. But Sylvia has very expensive earrings. She sells them and they get 2 days of time. Will then calls Sylvia's father. He says, "If you want your daughter back, give me 1,000 years. Timekeeper Raymond is also there, and he speaks to Will. Will says, "I want 1,000 years in exchange for Sylvia." Raymond says, "Even if you get the time, you won't be able to use it," meaning Raymond will kill him. Will says, "Fine. If that's the case, then tomorrow morning at the Dayton Company timeline where people buy time, distribute these 1,000 years among the people." After the call, Will brings Sylvia to his home. They talk a lot. Sylvia learns how Will lost his mother because her time ran out, and how much people here struggle to live day by day, hour by hour. She starts to like Will. The next day, outside the Dayton Company where people buy and deposit time, they wait, but the time is not distributed. Will understands that Sylvia's father refused to give the time. They leave and Sylvia goes to call her father. Will gives her a gun to protect herself. While she is talking, Raymond arrives. Will does not see him because he is sitting. Before Raymond can shoot or catch him, Sylvia shoots Raymond's hand that's holding a gun. Will holds Raymond at gunpoint. He sees Raymond's time is also about to run out. Since they are taking his car, Will gives Raymond a little time so he does not die. Will says, "This is a gift from me." Then they take Raymond's car and escape. Now, in the eyes of the Timekeepers, Sylvia is also a criminal. A warrant is issued against her. Sylvia's father tries to bribe Raymond to suppress the case. He says, "How many years from my life do you want?" Raymond says, "Even if you give your entire life, I will not suppress this case," and leaves. On the other side, Will and Sylvia have fallen in love. Sylvia understands that the people here are being wronged. Sylvia's father's company gives time loans to people. Sylvia makes a plan to steal time capsules from there. The next morning, both of them go inside, fill a briefcase with many time capsules and come out. Sylvia tells the people outside, "Anyone can take as much time as they want." Everyone grabs time capsules. Now many people have years of life. Will and Sylvia leave with many time capsules. Will distributes most of them to people who need time. Then they go inside a hotel. Meanwhile, a 10-year bounty is placed on Will and Sylvia. Anyone who gives information about them will get 10 years of life. In the city, Fortis and his gang are snatching time from people. These are the same people who stole Sylvia's 100 years and tried to steal Henry Hamilton's 116 years. They find out where Will and Sylvia are hiding and arrive with their gang. Fortis thanks Sylvia, saying, "I took your 100 years." Now they know Fortis is the thief who stole her time. Fortis says to Will, "Why don't we fix it with a fight?" There is a kind of fight here where two people hold each other's hands and try to push the other's hand down. Whoever's hand is on top will transfer the other person's years into their own body. The fight begins. Fortis transfers almost all of Will's years into his body. When Will has only a few seconds left, he pushes Fortis's hand down. Now Will's hand is on top, and all of Fortis's years start transferring into Will's body. When Fortis has only a few seconds left, Will knows Fortis's men will kill him. Before they can, Will pulls out his gun and shoots all four of them. Fortis's time runs out and he dies. Will and Sylvia run away because the police arrive. Will tells Sylvia, "We stole a few thousand years and gave them to people. It won't make any difference. They will just raise the cost of living. We cannot win this war." Sylvia says, "There must be a way." Will says, "We would need to steal millions of years and distribute them." Sylvia says, "I have a way." They go to Greenwich. There, they hold Sylvia's father at gunpoint and steal a capsule containing 1 million years from his bank and run away. Raymond arrives but is too late. He starts chasing their car. Raymond checks his wrist. He has 44 minutes and a few seconds left. He calls to get his salary sent. Here, Raymond receives some hours or days of life as his daily salary. But before he can transfer the time into his body, he spots Will and Sylvia's car and begins chasing them. Before he can catch them, they reach outside Dayton, where many people are gathered. Everyone needs time. Will gives them the capsule with 1 million years of life. Raymond arrives and holds them at gunpoint. But time has arrived, so the crowd starts running. Taking advantage of the chaos, Will and Sylvia run away. Raymond chases them and catches them. He wants to arrest them and take them away. Will says, "Once I gave you time. I want that time back." Because Will and Sylvia's time is also about to run out. Then Raymond remembers he never transferred his salary time into his body. He has 5 seconds left. He can do nothing. His time runs out and he dies. But Will and Sylvia are also about to die. They each have 1 minute left, and there is no one around for miles. They kiss, thinking it's their final moment apart. Just then, Will sees Raymond's car. He understands that the car has the machine to receive time into the body. Will says, "Run." They both run toward Raymond's car. Will reaches first. He takes the capsule there and transfers the time into his body. But Sylvia is still far away. Will runs towards her. He has only a few seconds left. It's exactly like the scene with his mother, where she couldn't reach her in time. But this time, luck is with Will. Exactly 1 second before her time runs out, he grabs Sylvia's hand and transfers time to her. On the other side, the Dayton company is now shut down. People in the city have plenty of time. Everyone is giving time to each other. Everyone is happy. No one needs to work at Dayton anymore, which was Sylvia's father's company. He had hoarded millions of years and gave loans to people. Now, the head timekeeper named Jaeger sees the obsession Raymond had to catch Will and Sylvia. When an officer asks, "What should we do now?" Jaeger says, "Go home." So now they are not being chased. However, there is still a 100-year bounty on Will and Sylvia. Anyone who reports them will get 100 years of life. In the end, Will and Sylvia are shown outside a huge bank. They want to rob this bank too. They want to take all the year capsules from it and distribute them to the people so that equality comes into the world and everyone gets an equal right to live. Sylvia has realized that every single day of her life was the cause of someone's death. That is why she turned against her father and decided to help the people. So this was the complete story of In Time. The film was released in the year 2011. Its IMDb rating is 6.7. The movie's budget was $40 million, and it earned $174 million at the box office. The main actors were Amanda Seyfried and Justin Timberlake. If you enjoyed this story, please subscribe to Script Blueprint.